Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the Frontline Changes report for the past 24 hours for the 11th of March. 11th of March. So this mapping currently still have the 10th of March mappings because I haven't done a situation report. So no. Anyway, we're going to start off with the other front line first, then we go to Kursk because there's a lot at Kursk. Very little bit outside of Kursk in the Ukraine war. So there's something at the Zaporizhia front and also at the Sivers front. Just very short one. So we're going to go into Kayamsky first. Over at Zaporizhia, this is Zaporizhia front. At the Kayamsky sector, we have frontline changes in these two regions. So this is Kayamsky, this is Pyatikaki. These two areas, there is frontline changes. Geolocation of Russian forces have been noted in the south of Kayamsky or southeast of Kayamsky, as well as inside of Pyatikaki. The one at Pyatikaki, some mappings most likely will just map it as a full capture of Pyatikaki, because in the description by the geolocator, he said that this is a confirmation of confident control of this part of the settlement. But I don't want to jump ahead and just just map it like as if they captured the whole thing. So that's all. So these are the advances around here. This advance at maximum is around 1 kilometer. Pyatikaki one is a bit shorter, maybe 100 meters or whatnot. But if you count it from Zeribianki, so let me pull back up again. If you from Zeribianki, this is around 1.84 kilometers. So Zeribianki is a very cursed place for the Ukrainians. The Russians have hold this just next to Pyatikaki and Lubkove, which is held by the Ukrainians, and they just unable to break through for forever. They just tried their best, but they never got it. It's a very weird place, how the Ukrainians are unable to take Zeribianki. So anyway, after this Zaporizhia front, the next frontline change, the only other frontline change in the Ukraine war other than the Kursk front is over at the Sivers front. So this Sivers and this Verkhomokalyamsky, Bilohorivka, and in the north of Verkhomokalyamsky, we have new updates. So previously, we have a geolocation of Russian forces confirming the advance in this seemingly flanking movement in the north of Verkhomokalyamsky. This time around, the next geolocation is not in this direction. This is not in this direction. It's actually here. So instead of they trying to go into the rear of Verkhomokalyamsky, they're going to the rear of Bilohorivka. So geolocation of Russian forces basically reaching this forest. Stop sticking it. Yeah. So basically, a rough mapping, something like this, a triangle, and it looks like they are going to attack into the rear position of Bilohorivka and then block up Kurskovo, which is currently still under Ukrainian control. Clearly, there are Ukrainian presence all around the places. But I mean, this is the arrow, in the map that they are going to head towards, so that they can fully capture Bilohorivka as a whole. The distance between the geolocation and Bilohorivka itself, or the closest front line for the Russians on the Bilohorivka side is around 2.5 to 3 kilometers away. From Kurskovo is around 3 kilometers. So it's about the same. So the Russian forces is looking like they are definitely going for the full capture of Bilohorivka. And so let's wait and see how this continue to play out. Bilohorivka, this area here is the only chunk left of Lugansk or Luhansk that the Russians have yet to capture. So it's like sorry, there's also here. Yeah, so there's a lot more. So okay, the Russians still got a lot of work to do. So that's all from the Sivers front. And now we go to the main dish, which is the Kursk front. As you can see, it's super cursed right now. Everything is cursed. So there is overlapping mapping. So yesterday, the Russian claims up to this point, if I'm not remember wrongly. So there is a repeat of this because we have confirmation from geolocation and concession from the Ukrainian mapping. So some of these are going to be repeated in terms of the calculation. So just take note that our calculation of the area captured or the frontline changes like those here, these are just for entertainment purposes. No, this is not technical. This is just to reflect the amount of frontline changes on DPA's mapping, not in reality. So this is very important to note. But so there is a claim will be calculated, capture it will still be calculated as per the same. So it could be yesterday's claim, today's capture, just in case you do not know. And happy birthday to you, happy birthday. If you are having birthday today, if you didn't have birthday today, no, you cannot be happy. Today is a sad day. Happy sad day to you. You non-birthday person, so yeah, only birthday person can be happy. So anyway, there's so much to cover, so we have to do it one by one. I think there is a few main place. So okay, over in the southern part of Sudzha, so we have to one by one, if not it's going to get very confusing. So the Russian forces have been geolocated in various positions in Dimitrov, Banovka, Zamoste, and one of the latest geolocation is inside on the eastern part of Sudzha, across the river. I forgot what river is this. What is the river name? Lud. Come on, Lud. It's the Sudzha Reka, the Sudzha River. Okay, that's not very creative. But yeah, so all of this basically confirm a lot of the areas that is definitely under Russian control. In fact, even this area, there is all these areas are all confirmed to be under Russian control. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Yeah, so hard to too big. The area capture is just way too big. So all this basically validates all the advances around Cherkasskaya Konopelka. These geolocations also confirm the Russian capture of Komalkov. Because of this geolocation, Bodarevka, Agronom, despite this one, is also confirmed by the Ukrainian mapping already. So this area here is confirmed by Ukrainians. This is also. So all of these areas here is all under Russian control now. Entirely under Russian control. And the soldiers basically are strolling along the street, taking videos. So these are very confident controls. And the Ukrainians are, I'm not even sure they are still defending at Sudzha right now. Maybe they are, maybe they are not. But the Russians are definitely going to walk on pretty carefully, because there's always danger of snipers. So, but on the eastern bank of the Sudzha River, or the Reka Sudzha, is now 100% under Russian control. It's a shocking change in the span of 2-3 days. Yeah, it's about 2-3 days, right? So in the sit rep, I also showed another new video that was released around 24 hours to 36 hours ago of the operation. We can see how they actually cut the pipe open to go in, and you also see the exit point. They only show the exit point inside the tunnel, where they actually dig a hole, something like a trench, a bunker thing, and then they put a wooden ladder and then they climb up. So and then also the interview of the soldiers just before they're going to go on the assault. So you can check out the sit rep. It's very interesting. There's actually more footages, but I didn't want to show all the things. There's another one by the Russia Today by RT. Maybe I'll show it later, in the sit rep. Maybe I will not, but just want to let you know. So this is shocking, but this also corroborates our estimates, because we have estimated that the Russian forces exited around here. This is where they exited, and then we expected that they attack towards the southward. They of course do some all-round defense around here, and then they basically hit to the industrial zone, which is what they said, which is here. This is the industrial zone, and then they spread out into the residential zone. So this plan, this description of what they have done is now corroborated, because they were geolocated just south of this position, now strolling. So they are geolocated just here. So this is now entirely confirmed that the Russian forces have indeed penetrated in this way, and basically attack into the rear position of the Ukrainians, capturing everything. And this chunk here, this big chunk, is now corroborated by the Ukrainians that it is under Russian control. In yesterday's mapping, I did tell you in the Frontline Changes report that we have no information about this, but I say that we are likely to see the Ukrainians update after the Frontline Changes report is released, and indeed they have released, but no, it's still very conservative. It's lagging behind some of the geolocations, so I'm expecting more. Tentatively, since this update here, they still haven't put up any mapping change. So it likely will come in a few hours after this recording, currently that we are now recording at this time. So due to this, so these are all the things. And this attack also goes into Sudzha Loknia, and which Russian forces is geolocated here. So I will zoom out about along there, and this geolocation of the Russian forces, they are strolling. So which means that they have confident control of the settlement here, and there's a river here. There's a river. So here, so which is why this part here, this area here, what color should I use, man? This area here is still as a Russian claim. This is just a potential Russian front line, because this is where it's mapped by the Russian mapping, which includes the one Pervy Knyazhi. So maybe this is under Russian control, but high chance it is, because how relaxed they are at Sudzha Loknia. So this is Sudzha Loknia. So because of the Ukrainian concession, the concession is pretty huge. The concession, they basically gave up all of this area here. All of this. So all of this area here is considered by the Ukrainian mapping as taken by the Russians. And if you zoom out, this is a very huge place. So I redraw the line. So all this is under Russian control, confirmed by Ukrainian mapping. So this is not even propaganda. This is like Kronkongeda. It's not pro, it's con. So it's a Kronkongeda. That's my stupid invented word. So anyway, and all this advancement is also corroborated by Russian Defense Ministry. They have announced a lot of captures around here, which includes you can see they say Agronome, Bodarevka, Dmitrivkov, Zuzalevka, Ivashkov, Kovsky, Kamalkov, Kubakin, Martinovka, Mihailivka, Pravda, Yuzhny. And basically this is like a lot of places. Is here. Okay, I should circle here. All of these areas here is announced to be captured by the Russian forces. All these are announcements. So this corroborates the Ukrainian mapping updates, the Russian claims, the Russian mapping claims, and also the advances where the Russians actually advance. They go down this straight line into the Sudzha Loknia region. All of this is now corroborated. So all the different information source is all merging and corroborating one another. So this is actual reality now. This is not just our mapping, our estimates. This is actual reality. So this is the important note. Also, this is how Intel works as well. Certain rumor, certain piece of information is not necessarily a confirmation of reality or fact. But when you have multiple pieces of information all pointing to the same place, then it's most likely correct. Of course, this is also how mainstream media try to brainwash you, because they have multiple sources of information all claiming the same misinformation to mislead you. And then Wikipedia will quote them, and then to quote them that, this is the source pointing to this information to be the most likely correct or fact. And then the mainstream media then quote back the Wikipedia that is pointing at the mainstream media's misinformation. So I just want to share a bit, how this very smart, clever people, intelligent people, the elites, get duped by mainstream media, and then they think they're very smart because they corroborated it, but actually it's all wrong. So just to say, if is if they're really correct. Russia has already fallen, has already disintegrated because the economy has already destroyed. But it's not the case. But so you basically know that yeah, a lot of elites or a lot of smart people or journalists or newspaper are all full of shit. So just want to tell you. Okay, so we move. So like I said, this region is so big, so we have to cover one by one. So this push here is now confirmed, and so Sudzha Lognia, which I believe is a Ukrainian HQ, is now taken by the Russians. So over in the northern part, we have also all this confirmation where the Russians basically have taken Lognia, Yuzhny. So all these regions is just Ukrainian forces just withdrawing, so the Russians can have an easy capture around here. So there's no more encirclement. I believe that there is a lot of Ukrainian soldiers being captured. I saw tweets, one video on it, where they say that this is the biggest capture of Ukrainian POWs in the war. That is the biggest. They have never captured so many soldiers before, so I'm not sure, but there's just a rumor. I will confirm this later in the situation report when I do a bit more research on this. So all of this area is lost. So in terms of distance, in case some of you guys want to know, from the northernmost part all the way to Sudzha Lognia is around 15 kilometers. So from this edge of Lognia all the way to the other side is around 13 kilometers. This pokey thing is around 6.7 kilometers. Like the advance from to the geolocation all the way to the end is around 7.82. This point is 6.37. Yeah, so I just want to show you how big is this. And from where they came out from the tunnels, from the gas pipelines all the way to the geolocation point is around 3.3 kilometers. So this 3.3 kilometers, I mean, in battle, in a rear position, I mean, is fully possible. So yeah, so this is one hell of a frontline change, so we are going to likely to see more frontline changes. There's nothing much here. I believe the Russians is going to push likely, and this Malovoy is likely going to be lost, with the Russians going to hit for Oleshnia and then go for the highway. So all these things is going to happen. I believe the Ukrainians most likely is now on a full retreat. I don't think they are able to hold for more than a week. I personally don't think so. The tactical strategic situation is just horrible. They are on the verge of you can see this pincer movement, this pincer coming. It's very clear it's going to come. So if they don't escape, then they're going to get encircled. So which is like what happened in the north. So yeah, so this is the current situation in the Kursk. So these are the frontline changes. So a bit long-winded because so much to talk about the frontline changes. It's too huge. I have to go into a bit of details to explain what the hell you're watching. Because if you're going to say that, oh, these are the frontline change, yeah, then firstly, it's a bit boring. Second, is like, there is no context, yeah, there is a lot of context into all these things. So let's do some calculation. Yes. So the Ukrainians captured a lot of grounds. Is 0. So it's 0. So it's 0. They didn't capture anything. So so the Russian ones is pretty easy to count. Is 1.43 plus 2.05 plus 164.84. So the total frontline change around here is 168.32 square kilometers captured. But I just want to say this, of course, includes the huge chunk in the northwest, which was previously claimed by Russian forces. So I would say if you minus away what was previously announced, maybe it's around 88. So it is an increase, a doubling up, from around 88 square kilometers to 168. So it's like a double. So, but for our mapping sake, in the past 24 hours, our front line have changed 168.32 square kilometers. So this, because for those that are new to this channel, because I realized that YouTube suddenly push a lot of new people into DPA because of this Kursk offensive. DPA's mapping is not one map, it's actually two different maps. It's the Russian mapping, which is the pink one, and the Ukrainian mapping is the blue one. So because two sides have different perspective of where the front line is, so there's two different maps. And when we count the front line changes, we count almost like two different maps at the same time. So so a claim and a capture might be different. So I may count it twice. Like yesterday we counted once, we may count it again today because it's now confirmed capture. So yeah, so just some of this. So anyway, thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe, and a happy sad day. Happy sad day. And a happy birthday for those that are having birthday today. And also press the subscribe button and check if you think that you're subscribed. You have to check because YouTube is already now known to unsubscribe DPA's subscribers for unknown reasons. So I mean for unknown reasons. So don't check and make sure that you're subscribed. And for those that are not subscribed, we are going for 100,000 subs. So help me to get there, and I'll see you guys in the next update.